Infold, I hope you're happy. First you traumatized the Infinity Nikki fandom, and now you flashed this gorgeous wolfman's tatas at us and locked them away? You have no love for our deep space. Hey, I'm the globalcherry, and let's discuss Valko's sudden cancellation and what this means for the player base.
Can't do it.
You can! You can do it, you can!
While editing my last video, I discovered that our newly announced 6th love interest Valko has been permanently cancelled. Inflop really lived up to their name. Instead of owning up to the mess, they tried to erase every single trace of Valko from their channel. We may be thirsty, but we are not stupid. Valko was supposed to be a wolf who is also the Eon Core chairman, whose unbound will surrenders only to you. For me, he seemed incredibly cool, wielding a metallization evol. The potential of what those metal fingers are capable of is what will forever be lost. Guys, we missed out on seeing a Valko cosplayer at Anime Expo, carrying us with their muscles on the convention floor.
Let me in. Let me in.
Run, sexy men, run! I'll hold the thirsty cow back as long as I can.
So, Cherry, why are people making such a massive deal about a fictional character? Well, think of it like Honkai's Star Rail. If that game actually had a romance system, imagine you could finally date Don Hang, and right after showing you a new trailer, Hoyo casually tells you they are deleting him from the entire story because a few players disliked him. That is a whole new level of blocking. Whether you play lads or not, nobody wants a character they love to be erased. If a character integral to the lore gets deleted, the main story is going to absolutely suck. From those who said Valko's appearance was random, I don't know what you mean. The entire battle system relies on 6 guys filling specific Stellacrim colors, meaning Valko's introduction was planned long ago. It is not easy to just add a new love interest to a game this lore heavy. A ridiculous amount of effort goes into designing completely new memories and fleshing out a character so he fits into the existing storyline. While a number of players were happy, a very vocal group in the Chinese community went to extreme measures. They actually sent cow dung, funeral chrysanthemums, curse banners, and death threats straight to the Infold office until the police had to step in. The way I see it, whatever malicious group is pressuring the company is just trying to ruin the game for everyone else due to their own selfish desires. They saw this new love interest as an obstacle that was somehow stealing resources from their existing partners. Now, some genuine concerns did come from a lack of updates on the 5 current leads, but while there were plenty of players who knew Valko was not their type, this very annoyingly loud minority saw his PV and was immediately offended by his presence. They completely failed to consider that he could be someone else's main. There are better ways to express your frustration about lack of resources than taking your anger out on a character who had absolutely nothing to do with it. I do not personally spend money on this game because your girl is not loaded, but lord, I wish I had $50 million so I could show my true colors with money and have a big booty werewolf. But I know many players desperately wanted Valko to come home, some even buying a monthly pass with their hard-earned cash. Valko already has a fan base just from a few videos, and he was the actual reason some people returned to the game. Believe it or not, a character in a game like this has the genuine power to change someone's life for the better. This game got people out of a rough spot, whether it was an abusive relationship or a low point in their life. Everyone in this community has shown me how each guy means so much more to them. Remember Kingdom Hearts? And how special it was to certain people that they literally cry tears of joy when a 4th game was announced recently. This game is Kingdom Hearts to some players. And as much as some people wish for a block button for a lead they don't like, do you know what the majority of normal players do for that case? Not pull. Valko will not hunt you if you don't choose him. Instead of choosing the easy way, some people decided to make it everyone's problem. These weirdos consider Valko as pandering to the Western audience, claiming he's chopped. He is more masculine and muscular, but chopped? We'll take him if you don't. When Silas and Caleb were first introduced, they were loved by the fandom despite some resistance. So it completely shocked me that this guy was met with such strong disdain.
Now it's your turn to kiss me, kitten.
It honestly hurts me because some crazies give this entire community a bad reputation and make other infamous communities look like angels. Guys, I really do not want us to be labeled as worse than the K-pop fandom or judged by certain Genshin min pickers. Do you really want to be looked down on by someone with the username Zhongli's nuts?
Daddy, Do you want to build a snowman?
What those people did is the most extreme form of tantrum I've ever seen. For those on the outside saying it is just women fighting women, do not play with me. Every community has crazy people, and as someone who's received the brunt of slurs as a content creator, I can tell you that these people exist worldwide, and their minds are not in a good place. Lads players were originally promised pulls as compensation, but a toxic minority wanted to slander the game even further by nitpicking anything they could find. They dug up the number 731 from an old story quest associated with Xavier and used it to trigger political outrage. For context, Unit 731 was a horrific human experimentation and war crimes unit back in World War II. Infold immediately released a statement confirming the number was purely fictional and changed it to 611. Somehow this completely unrelated political tragedy got conveniently spun and redirected straight onto Valko right as he was being introduced. Then some users pointed out that the Chinese translation of Valko's PV had questionable words. One specific rule stated never bathe in the pot. While some people understood this as a silly nod to the Three Little Pigs story, where the big bad wolf falls into a boiling pot, bad faith actors maliciously connected it to a real-world tragedy involving a horrific femicide case from the Shaanxi province, where a husband forced his wife's head into a boiling pot. I completely understand why hearing about that case would be deeply traumatizing for anyone, but we have to ask a logical question here. Why on earth would Infold purposely reference a gruesome domestic violence case in a fictional romance game designed to make players feel safe? If there is actually an Infold employee quoting real-world murders, they deserve to be fired and blacklisted immediately. But looking at the timeline, this seems like a coincidence manufactured by people who just wanted this character cancelled. Potentially using a horrific tragedy for a dating sim is one thing, but weaponizing people's real-world pain from a horrific tragedy just to get your way to remove a character you don't like? That is equally vile. The update with that reference seemed to tease the upcoming kitchen and cooking gameplay features, and the Moon Howl party theme had a rule stating we had to look like furries, I mean beasts. So the pod comment seemed like a playful Big Bad Wolf reference for players welcoming their new wolf mate home. Do you remember that PV of Valko entering our place acting like a curious sniffing puppy? While normal players saw an adorable wolf, some people saw a dangerous predator. Let me ask all the mains of the current leads right now. Have one of these guys ever had genuine malicious intent towards the MC? So why is the wolf suddenly the only one labeled as potentially harmful?
Why don't you back it up with a source?
My source is that I made it the f up.
Because of these bad faith actors, Infold deleted Valko. When have you ever seen a character permanently deleted from a game before launch? Heartbroken players felt completely tricked, review bombing the game all the way down to a 1.3 rating, while having the company lose over 1 million followers. Introducing a new handsome wolfman was the perfect final piece to give veteran players a fresh incentive to spend and offer a brand new lovable character to cherish. Why do we play Otome games in the first place? When else in real life are you going to be surrounded by numerous attractive men who completely adore you? While I am fully aware that a massive chunk of revenue comes from mainland China, it is terrifying that Infold allowed a single malicious group to speak for an entire global player base. Because of that corporate cowardice, Valko's creators had to watch their beloved wolf die before he ever had a chance to reveal himself. Years of development, endless revisions, mandatory overtime, blood, sweat, and tears were completely wasted. They were forced to say a final goodbye, writing, "Little wolf, please be happy. We're home. We don't have to suffer malice anymore." An entire team's masterpiece completely trashed just because someone had their feelings hurt. A similar situation was brought up during this controversy, which involved an armed man infiltrating Hoyo headquarters because they gave characters in Honkai Impact 3rd bunny girl outfits exclusively on global servers. Imagine bunny girl outfits being the reason your life is in danger. There are some structural demands in the game Infold hasn't fixed for months, but somehow the Wolfman became the ultimate scapegoat. Let me be absolutely clear. I'm not saying the entire CN community is evil. I have always spoken out against treating a massive group of players as a single monolith. I refuse to start generalizing people now, whether you like it or not. Infold's announcement hurts everybody, and if Infold is able to get away with this, guess what? Other leagues will be next. Then more companies will follow this exact pattern. I refuse to turn this into a West versus East fight, because directing our frustration that way solves absolutely absolutely nothing. A lot of people doubt Valko will ever come back because they believe the Asian market holds all the power over the global player base, but I wouldn't give up just yet. A large number of players in the CN community have already begun to ask for Valko back in their social media posts. A whale player who spent 630,000 won on the game has explicitly expressed support for Valko's return and threatened to quit entirely if he is gone. I don't want a few bad eggs to be the reason we become hostile to an entire Asian player base, especially when so many of them agree with us and actively want to help. The best way to make our voices heard isn't just signing the petition or flooding Infold's social media. We need to actively team up with the normal CN players who genuinely care about Valko and want a complete story. We'll have the leverage needed to revive our wolf from this corporate mess. Even though I am just one person, I wanted to show up for everyone who sees this game as a safe haven and tell you not to give up yet. I have already signed the petition and I will leave it linked in the pinned comment below so you can too. I also noticed several of you re-uploading the deleted trailers. I have saved and uploaded all of Valko's official media directly into my Discord server for you to download safely. The invite link is in the description of my videos. As a variety creator, providing a cozy safe space and building these bridges is the absolute best I can do for a community that has welcomed me with open arms. Let's hope for the absolute best. But remember that no matter what happens, our shared love for great stories will always keep us connected. For those who believe global players should not have a say, I'll break this down very easily for you. Shut up. That is all for today. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you liked what you saw. Thank you for watching, and that's all.